boots hit the dirt, two men appeared from nowhere. "Ah, gotcha!" They grabbed her arms, their rough fingers digging painfully into her flesh. Terror shot through her veins, stopping her breath in her throat. Still, she managed to pull back and forth, trying to break free. No use. Their big hands clamped down on her like a vice as they hustled her toward the toll booth. "Edward, help! Someone, help!" Charlotte shrieked as they dragged her toward the building. Dear Lord, they must be highwaymen. She had heard sickening stories about the dangerous criminals who roamed the roads, preying on unlucky travelers. Her stomach twisted. At the threshold, they loosened their grip to get her through the door. Charlotte swung around and raked her fingernails down one man's face. He bellowed and pushed her away into the house. She wheeled toward the other man, bent on a similar attack, but stopped, shocked at the tableau before her. The flickering light of the hearth revealed a large man, holding Edward's head down on a crude plank table, a pistol pressed against his temple. The toll-keeper in his nightshirt and cap, eyes wide, face pale, stood in front of the fire staring at the scene. To the left of the table stood her father. All the strength ran out of Charlotte's legs, and she began to sink toward the floor. The man she had wounded grabbed her arm and hauled her up. "No, you don't. That's all, your lordship, just the two of 'em." Leaning on his silver-knobbed walking stick, her father fixed his dark eyes on her, his mouth a black line between thin lips. Charlotte's heart thudded painfully in her chest. The light flickered, dimming to a dull grey as she began to slump again. Oblivion would certainly be preferable to what her father surely had in store for her. Cold water hit her face and chest, forcing her back into consciousness. "You will be awake to see this, Charlotte." Her father thrust a stoneware mug at the toll-keeper, who clutched it to his chest as if it were a shield. Then her father nodded to the man with the pistol. "No, you cannot kill him." Charlotte wrenched her arms out of the man's grasp and lunged for the gun. The side of the pistol slammed into her face, knocking her to the floor. He cocked the piece and returned it to Edward's head. "Thrush here had the audacity to try to take what is mine." Her father's voice shook, his fury rising with each curt word. Through her wavering vision, her father's face appeared impassive in the uncertain light, his voice now emotionless as he peered down at her. "If you assisted him in this, then his blood is on your hands much more so than mine." "If you kill him, then you will have to kill me as well." Narrowing her eyes at him, Charlotte carefully picked herself up off the floor, hatred of him so intense it must be oozing through her skin. "I will tell everyone exactly what you have done to Edward. As a peer you may be above the law, but you are not above the censure of the tongue. I will make sure that they have every detail of his death and our elopement, until the scandal broth scalds you to death. If you want a scandal, father, I will choke you with it." He chuckled, adjusting his grip on his walking stick. "Sometimes I wish you were my heir, Charlotte. You have a better mind than Caldwell, and much more of me in you." He sighed and rubbed the knob of his cane. "Pity you've begun to rave like a lunatic. I doubt you will like Bedlam, my dear. I would dislike having to put you there, but if you tell such grievous lies, what else am I to do?" A wave of horror washed over her. Tales of the appalling conditions of the infamous hospital had sickened her. Her arms broke out in goose flesh. Bitter bile crawled up the back of her throat. Tears trickling down her cheeks, she looked at Edward, who hadn't moved the whole time. He mouthed silently, "I love you." Staring at him, she raised her voice until it rang to the rafters. "I love you, Edward." "Sickening pap." Her father pursed his lips as though a bad taste filled his mouth. "I should kill you too." He nodded to the man with the pistol. "Cates! Tollkeeper!" The shout from outside froze everyone. "Dear God, a saviour!" Charlotte opened her mouth, only to have the dirty hand of her captor slam over it before she could shout. "Attend to your business, Tollkeeper." Her father's words were clipped as he stared down at the little man. "Leave me to mine, and you will be rewarded." Eyes wide, the tollkeeper nodded and headed for the door with shaky steps.